State.
Anything about the process surprised you so far?
I think the biggest surprise really is just the way this team has continued to come together. We've added 73 new faces since January and 42 at the end of May. And so a lot of those guys we were counting on to contribute and fill needs within this roster. But to see those guys develop relationships and get to know each other and really hang out with each other outside this building is something that needed to take place. And we're starting to really see it probably the last 3.5, 4 weeks, which is a phase and a step that has to happen. And it's got to continue to grow. But that's probably been a very pleasant surprise.
Coach, what type of energy change do you hope to see from your players this week, going to the fact that they can finally now go against another competition, be able to hit someone besides themselves?
There's no doubt. They knew Sunday morning when we walked in, obviously it was game week. They were off Saturday, so we came in Sunday morning. I felt like we had a great day of preparation. We had a great practice. We were able to come back and see that film and be able to correct our mistakes. And then this morning I felt like we had a really good practice leading into Thursday night. We've still got things we've got to clean up. And some things that we have to make sure we're mentally prepared for and what we could see. But I think it was another great step. Tomorrow's another big day. Just taking it one day at a time and just focusing on growing these guys and really in situational football also.
You mentioned how Jackson State's really athletic. They're going to come in here. It's going to be going to bring friendly fans, a big band. What type of atmosphere are you hoping for just in general and then from the fans and the students here?
This is an opportunity, in my opinion, this is an opportunity and this is a moment where we take a step as a town, we take a step as a university, as students, really just as University of Louisiana Monroe as a whole. We need to get behind this entire athletic program, not just football. And it starts now. We need to set the tone with football. And we start the Warhawk Walk at 3:35. We want our fans to be there when our kids get off the bus, greeting our team, letting them know, setting the tone for game day. And that's something I want to really see this town continue to grow with. We've had great support. It's continued to grow. There's excitement. There's enthusiasm. There's belief in this town. Now it's time to get behind them in the stadium and let them know that we're all in this together as one.
Two-part question. The decision, of course, for General Booty to start. What did he do in fall camp to win the starting job? And then what does he offer you as a quarterback?
I think General has been consistent, been the most consistent throughout all of fall camp. He has made mistakes just like they all have, but overall he was consistent, he was solid, he can execute our offense, he understands it. His football IQ is very high. He picked up the offense in a very short amount of time. And I think he also possesses great leadership qualities that there are going to be tough times. There's going to be tough times in game one. And I think he's kind of that calmness in the storm and that leader that this team and this offense needs at those times.
Is there a plan to play more than one quarterback, or is it just how the game dictates?
Aiden Armenta is the backup. I've always believed in playing your backup. The only way for a backup to get experience is to play. And a lot of times people, something happens to the starter and we fully expect the backup to go win the game. Well, you can't buy experience. You have to play. And I plan on Aiden Armenta playing in this game.
We look at the two deep, and there's a lot of new faces there, a lot of new playmakers offensively. Who has kind of stood out on that side of the ball?
Defensively, it's been a number of guys. A guy that pops to my mind immediately is Carl Glass at the inside linebacker. He's had a tremendous camp. He has been a vocal leader on and off the field for that unit that has really helped provide him was needed at the time. I think that Tyrese Hopkins has had a tremendous camp. Jalen Ware, Billy Pullen, Tristan Shorter, Dylan Howe, Earl Barquette. I think they've all made big plays. J.D. Stewart's come on strong the last 2 weeks. I think Carlin Vigors and David Godsey at the cornerback positions have played well. Wydett Williams has been solid the entire camp, as Carl Fontroy and Andre Mack starting to show up here. Trevor Randall has been a lot like Carl Glass. He's steady, he's tough, he leads, he works, he's made plays all camp, and I think that unit has a chance to be a strength for us.
Offensively, running back by committee, or is there going to be a bell cow?
Right now, we're just trying to still continue to grow our running back room. I think they're all a little bit different. We're trying to continue to see and improve their strengths while also, fixing the failures and some other things that we need to do. We have a talented room. We have a room that runs hard. They run with their pads. We've done a lot better job the last couple of weeks of ball security. That's been an issue, as it is every year. But I think right now we're still in that developmental and growing stage with our running back room, and these guys are getting better every day. And I think that each one of them bring a little bit something different to the table, and we've got, as coaches, that's our job, to maximize their strengths.
Looking at Jackson State film, because they've had a continued coaching staff, so you can kind of get a sense of what you think they're going to do, what type of game plan you think they're going to come out with, and do you see anything that might challenge your guys defensively or offensively on that side, on either side of the ball?
Well, the first game's always that unknown game, and you're banking off last year, what you kind of see and what you've seen and what's happened in the past. We have to be prepared for anything. I mean, we expect a lot of pressure. We expect a lot of man coverage. We expect those guys to come get us, and that's something that our defense does. We've got to be able to attack and beat man coverage. We've got to be able to beat zero. We've got to be able to beat zone coverage. We've got to be able to handle their pressures up front. And we understand, I know that they're a fast, athletic, long, physical defense. We know what's coming in here. This is a good defense. It's a good football team. Offensively, we know they're big up front. They've got two electric backs. They've got two quarterbacks. One, their starter back, who's about 6'4", 225, and can really affect you in the run game. The other quarterback, he's athletic, he's fast, he can also throw it. Their receivers have tremendous speed. They have good length. They're very twitchy, and they got big body tight ends that'll lean on you. So we've got our hands full. This is going to be a big game, and it's one that we're going to be ready for.
Obviously, the QB competition was the main talking point, whatever. But when we've talked in person, you're saying that you have, like you're talking about running backs, multiple guys, wide receivers, multiple guys. Is there any still competitions going on this week up to the first game where you don't know all 22 starters in a sense, let alone defense, let alone offense?
I think we've got some rooms that have really strong competition, and we've got guys that are still playing, that are still competing back and forth at multiple positions, and it's just creating depth. They're raising their levels daily because we want to be peaking. We want to be playing our best football week 8. And we have to see the long term of this because championships and bowl invitations are usually won in November. And the growth that we have up to that point is key. So we're going to continue to let guys compete and continue to build our depth. And I think experience is what's going to start to separate. When they get in those moments, who are the guys that really step up and can handle that moment and make those plays?
Coach, it feels like it was just yesterday that you were announced as the head coach. Does it feel a little surreal how fast time has flown since December?
It really has. It's flown by. It's hard for me to still grasp it's game week because we've had our head down since December as a staff and really just took it one day at a time and wins. How many wins could we get each single day? And that's all we really worried about, and building a culture and loving our kids and building relationships in this community, in this town, and really building relationships with former players and former alumni, because there's been some dark times in this program, and it's time to bring the light back to this program. And now is the time for that to happen. And for that to happen, we all have to come together and unite as one. And that might be cliche, but that's what has to happen. And we all got to own that as a town and as a university. We own it as a team. But that's what has to happen, and this is our town. This is our university. This is who we are, so let's all get behind each other and get this program and this town moving forward.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Coach.
Good? Can we get Coach Hill?
Coach, yeah.
I'll take off with him. What did you want me to do? What do y'all need me to do next? Okay, pregame. Coach Hill's in that next door right there if you need him.
I can go get him.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate you.
I might squeeze you, who knows, I don't know, I'm really excited, I'm so sad. No, like, my family knows, they're like, we can talk all the day, like, y'all come, I love you, it's serious, it's business. Yeah.
So you're gonna sit in the end zone, or you're gonna sit up top?
Sit behind my players on TV. So, I think the laws we have seats in the terrace,
Yeah.
but I can see it.
Well, you have a big screen.
Yeah, but they need to see it on TV, so I'll be just slightly up, I think.
Yeah, he's in there playing around with Mike. So if you want to listen to that, another,
Is that where you think I'm gonna be,
probably so.
Okay.
Usually like class and stuff. But
All right. I hope I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Players.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
This, no.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Hill, defensive coordinator for ULM, joins us. Coach Hill will begin with an opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions. Coach Hill, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to, come in and talk about, the defense. We had a, solid fall camp. The guys are, they're running around, having fun. Excited about, this upcoming season. The coaches are excited. Mainly just trying to get the guys in the right position, and just they'll be ready to go Thursday.
Some of the playmakers for you on the defensive side, who really stood out so far?
So far up front, you have Earl Barnett. He's a D tackle. Billy Pullen, he plays jack linebackers for us. He's been very exciting to watch. Linebacker wise, you got a Carl. He's doing a great job at will linebacker. Tyrese doing a great job at linebacker also. In the secondary, Carl Funtroy, he's doing a great job lining everybody up. Wadet, he's doing a great job at boundary safety. Just very excited about those guys. They're doing a great job just, getting everybody lined up, communicating. That's one thing we focus on every day about, just communicating and, having fun running to the football.
Coach, the process, you recruited the majority, if not all those guys, and then the guys that were here, like Carl Glass. What's it been like kind of seeing them all come together in one unit?
Well, Carl does have history here. He was here last year, and bringing those new guys in for him to get to know those guys, first of all, and just figure out how they play. And, they have to figure out how he plays. But we started, working together in January by just communicating a lot, just little things. And they did initially ask, Coach, why are we, communicating on, behind the line or run through the line. I said it'll, transition to when we actually start putting on pads, everybody listen to one another and everybody just on the same page and everybody doing the right thing.
Like you mentioned, been here, before this year and everything. How has his leadership, impacted the defense with new coaching staff coming in like that? And what is a leader like him and Elijah Fisher on the offensive line, but especially with defense? How has he, made an impact leadership-wise, getting everyone geared up for this first week?
Well, Carl, he is a leader. The guys actually listen to him. And he just, he leads by example, first of all. And leaders, they actually want to, other guys have to see you doing the right thing. And he's doing the right things. And it's very easy for the guys to follow him because he's doing everything right. And that goes from, getting taped, all right, just little things like that. Because, guys had a problem with some of the little things that, people let them get away with. And we just trying to hold everybody accountable. And, Carl does a great job. And like I said, the guys just follow him. And, he's ready to win. He's ready to win. And, he's ready to make a lot of plays for us.
How would you describe your emotions going into Thursday? Is it nerves, excitement, energy? How would you, butterflies? How would you describe how you're feeling going into Thursday?
Myself?
Yeah.
It's a little nerve wracking, but at the same time excited, to be in this position, first of all. And I'm excited just for the boys. They have worked their tail off, and they want to go up against somebody else. And they tired of going up against our offense. And I know our offense tired of going up against us. And they just want to face somebody else. And, come Thursday, we'll see how that goes.
Sometimes when the FCS plays an FBS, everybody says, they have a huge advantage. We saw it in week 0. That's not necessarily the case. What do you tell your guys about facing Jackson State's offense?
Well, you look at Jackson State in the last three years, those guys have won probably close to 30 ball games. So they know how to win. And they put their shoes on just like we do. They very, very athletic up there. They're very big on the offensive line. So, we don't look at nobody different, okay? I mean, it could be a high school team. We're going out there to compete. And as long as we do what we're supposed to do, get the call, line up right, they'll hear me say all the time, good luck to the offense. All right, so we just got to make sure we continue to get the right call, run the right call, communicate, and run to the football. And as long as we can do that right there, I like our chances, not being, of course, I'm not being cocky, anything like that. I just want our guys to be confident and, and just we'll go from there.
Any other questions?
You have all, your starting lineup, like the 11 on defense? You said Nanford, like you have, is it all concrete for you?
Pretty much. But, we still have tomorrow, all right, and Wednesday. So, if we played today, yeah, I would have 11. We will have 11 guys. But we're going to play more than 11 guys. We want to, be able to play, 6, 7 guys in the secondary. We want to play at least 5 guys at linebacker. And of course, we want to play about, 8 to 10 guys on the D line. So, but at the same time, for me saying that, they have to know what they're doing. So, this week has been great for us. All right. So, those numbers I just threw out there, those are the numbers we're going to try to play because we want to be fresh every snap. And they know if you're not fresh, get me out of the ball game. We want somebody in there that, that's not tired. And you know how it is when you get tired, you don't concentrate, you forget some things. And we want some fresh guys out there to know what they're doing and running to the football and making plays.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.
No problem.
Good luck.
Thank you.